by Dan Deary, proudly serving the Cedar Valley for 3 generations.
Welcome to Panther Sports Talk inside the indoor softball hitting facility. It is conference tournament week. We're here with Coach Ryan Jacobs. The regular season's done. That went fast. How we feeling with where the team is as you're about ready to get on the bus and go compete for a title?
It does go really fast. That's the one thing about the season. You wait so long, you prepare so much for it. It gets here and it's just you're just day to day, and you kind of put your head down, and time you take a breath, it's the end of the year. But I feel good about our team throughout the entire season. Like, we've put together a pretty good resume going into the conference tournament, and really the last 5 games were kind of crunch time. We knew that we had work to do to get ourselves into the tournament, number one, and then this last weekend we were obviously able to put ourselves in a better seed than the 6th seed. So happy with that. The one good thing is you've played every team that's in the tournament, where in the last couple years you've had a couple of no plays regular season, and you may run into them in the conference tournament like we did last year with Belmont, and we hadn't seen them all year long, so it was the first time we saw Maya Johnson, and that's tough. And so this year we've seen everybody at least 2 games, and so you have a little bit of knowledge going into it, so you feel a little bit more prepared.
Talk about being prepared for what you just endured with the MVC regular season with your non-conference schedule. You really like to set that up so that you are battle tested. And did you see some of the reward for what you had to face in the non-con for when you had to be playing your best?
Yeah, and really when you set up a schedule, you plan it, but it's all from results from the last year or two. And you really don't know what teams are going to have going into it. But after going through it and seeing where those teams have finished in their league, it was definitely a good schedule. It wasn't overly tough, but it was definitely perfect for preparing us for our league and the competitiveness week in and week out for our league. And our league once again proved to be a very tough and very competitive league all the way through.
You protected your home field and played really well there. Why was that important? Why were you proud to see how the ladies responded?
I think that's just been a tradition. We put so much time and effort into that facility. It is what it is. We have our facility. We have to make it the best that we can make it, and our kids are proud of it. Although some people and some teams that come in, they might not think it's the best thing ever, but our kids do, and that helps a long way when it comes to taking care of home field, and it's something that's important to us. We understand that sometimes we're going to have a home field advantage when it comes to weather, because other teams don't have to play in some of the weather conditions that we do, and we try to say that's a home field advantage, but it's also just our players put in so much time and effort every day to keep that place nice, and one of our rules is when you show up today, when you leave, do something that makes it better, even if it's just picking up sticks or trash or pushing dirt back onto the field that came off through the chain link fence, and doing those little things. And that goes a long way when it comes to playing with pride on your home field.
This team has dealt with adversity like most teams do after a long season. A couple players facing injury in and out of the lineup, and it really feels like you have some depth and some options with this team. And whether it is a freshman, sophomore, junior, or a senior, they seem to answer the call.
Yeah, I think you learn a lot when you struggle. And so embracing the challenges, embracing the tough, you learn a lot more than when things go your way a lot. And so throughout this year, we've learned a lot, whether it's our pitching staff having to go through some bumps and bruises, whether it's our defense trying to figure things out so that we can better help our pitching staff. Offensively, I think that's been the one consistent thing. We've put up some really good numbers. It hasn't still, though, been game to game. We've had those games where we kind of lose our focus a little bit, and it's not quite as strong as it has been. But overall, throughout the year, I think this team did a great job of sticking to the plan a lot more often throughout the entire season, and that really paid off for us.
We'll talk more about that record-setting season in the conference tournament preview here on Panther Sports Talk.